Woo! Rise and shine, dreamers. Another blessed and grateful day. Happy Tuesday. This month is literally flying by. Before we know it, August is out of here, and we are getting into the last homecoming stretch of 2025. So I'm fired up, fam. As you can see, the topic is going to be how to compress time. How to really go ahead and compress time. So Shane, Talina, dreamers, I love to see it. A lot of momentum is moving and grooving. We've got a lot of announcements, a lot of things filled up on the calendar over the next couple months. So let me go ahead and lay it out for everybody before we get into today's topic. Okay, so we just had Indiana. There were JoJo in the building. I love it. We just had Indiana. Next month, we're going to be having Anaheim, California from September 19th to the 21st. Following that, we're going to be over in Maryland. Actually, some of us, the ring owners, Brian Crothers actually has a trip to go to Guatemala to actually go help out one of the orphanages to be able to go ahead and give back. So super excited for that. And then we've got first of the year, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Make sure that is on the list. That is going to be a trip that I don't want anybody to miss. You talk about exclusive vicinity, inner circle access. That is what is going to be going down at the beginning of the year to go ahead and kick off 2026. So again, fam, as you can see, a lot is coming up, and then we're leading towards the 2026 International Convention in Louisiana. So that is the layout. That is going to be the blueprint for the next couple of months. It's packed out. We're ready to go. So let's go ahead and dive into today, fam. Let me know. Let's fill up the chat with a little bit of gratitude. Grateful to be alive. Grateful for each of you, for the dream team, grateful for God, grateful to be able to grow, and so excited to be on this journey. There's a lot going on right now. So let's go ahead and dive in. First things first, it's Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, I always love to give you guys an update. Because as you know, 12 o'clock Mondays, we have an exclusive executive director call. So everybody's going to be on there. But for now, Brian Crothers talked about a couple of different crucial things, and Elizabeth Gardner actually hit on a couple of them Sunday night. Here's a couple of them, okay? I got a couple bullet points for you. Let me get out my notes. Check this out. First things first, okay? We are paying out $1.5 million right now than we were of all of last year. That's huge. That's actually really insane to think about. The second thing that they brought up, we have more associates as of August than we had the whole past year of 2024 as well. So it's safe to say momentum is booming. And number three, one of the third biggest data points is we are up 50% on new success testimonies. So how cool is that? There's so many people winning, more associates. We're literally paying out more money than the history has ever seen in 53 years. They literally have never seen this momentum that's happening right now, and we couldn't be at a better place, better time with the right people. So I had to go ahead and get the stats out there just so you guys can see. Troy Hopkins, literally in a matter of 6 months, went out and cleared 250,000. Again, we keep bringing up this story, but Brian Crothers, he said this is an example. We have the same tools, the same access, the same services. The only thing that's really different is the level of belief and the sense of urgency and just the action. Taking action every single day and knowing that each day, even if we plant the seed, you're not always going to see the fruit the next day. But knowing that we're building a pipeline, we're talking to new faces all the time. Brian also talked about yesterday, he said, and even Tim, would you guys rather have knowledge on ice or ignorance on fire? Think about it. We can have all of the knowledge in the world, but if we're taking no action, we already can have an idea of what the result's going to be. But somebody ignorance on a fire, meaning somebody that's new. Maybe they don't know everything yet, but they're excited. They're fired up. I've literally seen so many individuals come in. You know, Leah, we just had a new manager pop in the past 2 weeks. She didn't know everything. She fast start qualified, just about to get her ATM bonus here this week. 1,100. She's going to pay her whole yearly membership in a matter of a 2-week time, smack a manager, because her level of belief, her sense of urgency. She made a list of literally 50 people, and instead of waiting 2 months, She said, you know what? Why not find out the serious and the curious within the first week? And she went at it. She made the list. She went out and did it. A couple other examples that I want to go ahead and talk about. Marty Wynn. Marty Wynn was in the business years ago. He was in back in like 2017, 2018. He literally just launched back in November, I believe. He's literally almost cleared almost to the 400K again. He's back again. And everybody's been asking the question like, Marty, how are you doing it? Brian Crothers, he had an exclusive mastermind with about 5 of the top Circle of Champions at his beach house over in Maryland. And Jason Bimju was actually over there. And he had a chance to also pick his brain. And Jason's like, well, what's the key? What are you really doing? He said the only difference between really us and others, again, our sense of urgency, the action that we're taking, and people can feel the belief. You realize that's half of this is energy. When people can feel your energy, they feel your conviction. I promise you, people justify with logic, but they buy with emotion. This is again why all of our stories, why it is that we join. It's so crucial to really let others know. Again, even on our stories, what are some testimonials that we've all been able to actually use the service, how it's been able to work. These are all different ways that we can start really going and expanding this knowledge. But other than that, to really just get everybody in the mode of understanding this last quarter coming up, this next 90 days, there's going to be a ton of momentum, a lot of success, a lot of individuals that are going to be coming up on stage, sharing their story. And I know for a fact, the Dream Team, where we're sitting at right now, we have the same opportunity. You know, people talk about doing the 2 exposures a day. Brian Crothers said 2 exposures a day is great if you want to go out, if you want to make part-time income. Nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to take this to a really next level business, it takes being able to really treat it like that. And it's just natural because we all do it every day. We're going to meet 3 to 5 new people out going to the store, going to the gym. So it's just understanding all the little things are going to add up. The 3 ways, the Zoom calls. You know, we've got a live event every single week in Houston. We've got a live event every single week right here, Thursdays at Famous Dave's, over in PC, Port Charlotte on Tuesdays. So we have the schedule, we have the system, we have the blueprint, we have everything we need right here in our fingertips to go ahead and truly compress time these next 90 days. So the first thing, let's write down the goal. Let's make it plain. Let's put a date on it. You know, because I always hear goals. You know, should I have a date? Should I not have a date? Brian Crothers said you should absolutely have a date. The reason why is a date gives pressure. That's why they say pressure creates diamonds. So what is the goal for the end of the month? What is the goal coming in September? What is the goals for the next 90 days? And let's go ahead and reverse engineer that. Because everything can be reverse engineered. Whatever that rank is, okay, amazing. How many people is it going to take for us to go ahead and talk to every single day to go ahead and hit that number? Because this business it's really not magic. It's mathematics. And the moment I started to realize that, everything started to change. So that's my couple thoughts for today, fam. And actually, I did have one more thing I want to touch on. One more thing I did have on my notes for you, okay? Don't be afraid to hit up your chicken list. I knew I was missing something. Don't be afraid to hit up your chicken list, because I'm telling you right now, there's people that we know, whether it be maybe a boss that you've worked with, maybe a huge influencer on your social media that you've been kind of afraid to talk to because you don't know what they're going to say. Let me give you a perfect example, okay? Yesterday, Taj, inside of our organization, he has this lady that he's been talking to for 5 years. She is an absolute lady boss. She's a multimillionaire, okay? But he's always been afraid to talk to her. And we had a conversation this past weekend. I said, Taj, you can keep waiting all day long, but remember this. If somebody's broke, they need more money. If somebody's rich, they still want more money. And guess what? They want to save money as well. So don't be afraid to hit them up. So here's what ended up happening, okay? He hits her up, starts the conversation. They have a beautiful dialogue going back and forth. And guess what? She's actually been looking to go ahead and help people in the legal industry because she's been screwed over. She's a bestseller. She just cleared $14 million in the past year and a half from one of her business ideas. She's a philanthropist. She loves giving back to organizations. So guess what we did? We got on a call with Brian Crothers. And not only did she get closed She immediately got us on two huge hitters yesterday. And she's got human. She's going to go introduce this to employee benefits. So the moral of the story is, don't be afraid, because you never know what that one phone call, one message, that one three-way call could eventually lead to. So Taylor Harrell, if you guys want to go ahead and show her some love in the chat, she's in the dream team. This is one perfect example, one of many, that is looking for the access that we have here to not only be able to add to our business, but this is how you start multiplying the business, actually having leaders like this start partnering and joining. So I love you, fam. Anything you need, we got your back all day long. I actually had a three-way before this call, and I was telling her the same thing. I was like, I heard this years ago. She's like, D, I don't want to bother you guys. I see that you're busy. I said, we are here to work for you. The mentors are here to go ahead and work for you. Blow us up for the three-way calls. If you're not annoying us, you're annoying us. Something my mentor always said. I stuck by it. So again, we're here for you, fam. Blow us up. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Drop some sevens down for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. And let's go explode the month of August. It's game time, fam.